Hey Hot Zoners, how you doing? I'm Jason Robinson reporting for T8Z. And in the Hot Zone this week, we've got singer and actress from HBO's Boardwalk Empire fame, Margot B. We are right here at Planet Hollywood Restaurant in New York City, and we're going to go inside and speak to Margot about how her hard work and determination has paid off in her career. Margot B. Why don't they call you Margot Bingham? What, are they cutting your name short? What's that all about?
No, I did it on purpose. No, it's, okay. I mean, it's cool. If you, whatever you want to call me. If you're going to call me M, MB, B, but, you know, there is only really one B.
Oh, okay.
It's Beyonce. But, so I try to throw the M in front of it so people don't get confused, because clearly, you know, you can get confused by this.
Right,
but
right.
No, Margot B has always been my music, and then Margot Bingham has always been my acting, so it's been something that I've always separated, and it seems like it's been working pretty well, that, you know, my music fans kind of follow me as Margot B, and my acting fans know to look for me as Margot Bingham. So it's just a separation that I've just made a long time ago.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. The mystery has been answered. So now, let's take it back a little bit. Now, you were born and raised in Pittsburgh, correct?
Yes.
Now, how was it growing up in Pittsburgh? What was that lifestyle like?
It was great. I came, you know, Pittsburgh is really like a steel city. It's a rock town. So I came from a lot of rock and a lot of jazz background. My parents used to listen to soul and R&B, so that was kind of always in the household. So my music taste was always extremely eclectic. And then I worked for a barbecue restaurant that only played country on satellite. So I've listened to everything and completely run the gamut on music and where I came from. My dad being Jamaican, reggae was always a really big part of my family.
Parents are Jamaican as well.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Very cool. Well done. And so that was, you know, I kind of always came from an eclectic background, and then I'm also biracial, so I came from a lot of mixed ethnicities as well and nationalities. So that was always really important to kind of incorporate in my life, and I see that the more that my career kind of grows, I'm kind of finding more of the importance in trying to find a mix. So Pittsburgh it is a great town to start your art. A lot of amazing people come from there. My training was all throughout Pittsburgh. I went to college in Pittsburgh and then moved right from there and moved to the city, and I thank it for everything that it's taught me. Boardwalk
Empire. I mean, Margot B, everyone knows her from Boardwalk Empire. That was a huge opportunity for your career to star, you know, on that show.
Absolutely.
Now, how was that experience being on Boardwalk Empire, and how did you like playing the role of Daughter Maitland?
I loved it. I was terrified every day. I was terrified every day.
Why? Why is that?
Because, you know, just because of Jeffrey Wright and Michael K. Williams, no big deal. You know, like, not to mention, like, Terrence Winter and, you know, Tim Van Patten and Edward Bianchi. And, like, you know, it's just, there were names on names on names on names that would casually be outside having a cigarette, and I would have to talk to them because I was like, oh right, I'm in a scene with you, right? we can talk. I'm not stalking you. This is like not a weird thing. You're totally normal. This is crazy, you know. So it was really weird, the close proximity of all of the amazing talent on that show without any ego attached, and it was one of the most pleasant places that I've ever been to as far as like a cast and group of people and kind of environment, and they welcomed me with open arms, and it was just the best time of my life, and it's changed my life, and I'm super grateful. And it was not promised, you know, that role was not promised. It wasn't supposed to be like that, you know. I was supposed to have
just for a couple of episodes,
maybe
right?
Singing in the background, maybe, you know, maybe like having a couple lines, maybe like an under 5 kind of thing.
So just morphed into this bigger thing.
Into this huge thing, and they really trusted me with kind of creating Daughter, and I'm thankful of that. And they gave me enough to feed me with a backstory of her, and with the lines, obviously, and the scene work, and it was enough to kind of to build her up. But they really gave me the free reins to do whatever I wanted to do with her as far as performance and the way that I interpreted her. So I'm grateful.
Now, how important was it for you to be able to utilize both your talents of singing and acting with this role of Daughter Maitland, because you was able to sing on the show, you love jazz music, so you was able to do a little bit of both. So how important was that for your career?
I mean, I got really lucky with kind of being able to do both. More than not, you really don't ever to do that.
Exactly.
You know, like you don't get to do that. So it was kind of the role of, you know, it was the role of a lifetime, and it was awesome to be able to dance and sing and go into the studio and still do my scene work and everything involved. I don't purposely go out in acting roles looking for singing parts, but you know, if it's connected, that's very cool.
There you go, right?
If it's not, very cool. You know, I've studied both and completely independently, so it's like I would love to do something that's really focused on just acting and has nothing to do with music. So and that's actually I just finished up a project in Detroit and I did that. It had nothing to do with music.
Oh, okay.
And even though I love music and you know, that's a huge part of me, it's really nice to be able to just do a character that doesn't sing or doesn't write music or, you know,
oh, okay,
doesn't perform on, like, you know, the weekends or something, you know.
Now, Daughter Maitland had some really sexy and racy scenes on Boardwalk Empire. Were you a little bit nervous to do some of those scenes, even some nude scenes? Were you a little nervous doing that first, or were you a little concerned maybe about how your family might take it, and did you talk to them about it?
Well, I had to have the conversations with my dad.
Okay.
You know, that was the first
of course.
thing.
Daddy's little girl.
Yep. And that was a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
It was, but HBO did it really respectfully and very tastefully. And Jeremy Podeswa was the director during that particular scene that was our sex scene. And I remember sitting down with him, and he went through every single angle, and he told me every single camera setup. And he was like, "This is what's going to happen. What are you comfortable with seeing? What are you not comfortable with seeing?" It was a completely closed set, very respectful. Everybody was very tasteful, and I thought that it was beautifully done.
The fellas would kill me if I didn't ask, okay? Yeah, because she knows the question that's going to come up right now. So, do you have a boyfriend? If not, is there a very special someone in your life? I had to ask.
There's a couple special people in my life.
Whoa!
You know? So,
hot zone alert.
I think that it's hot zone alert. I think it's important to keep special people in your life. I think that, you know, I'm young and I'm a female in New York City, and I'm extremely happy with my career thus far, and I hope that it continues to build. But right now, my focus is on my career, because you know best as anybody. It's when something's working, you have to really continue to pound the pavement, because I've worked for 15 years professionally.
Wow.
But it took 2 years for anybody to really notice. So it's, you know, a lot of people will say, like, where did you come from? You know, this happened, overnight success. But a lot of people that are these overnight success stories have worked really hard for 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they have this one break and it happens. And then all of a sudden the world is paying attention. Yeah. But, you know, we've busted our butts for so long. And people in the entertainment business really do, and there's no rest for the weary, and it's really I'm taking advantage of working hard, and I'm really happy with constantly working and being on my grind, and this is the perfect city to do it in. So as far as a significant other right now is maybe not the best time, but but, you know, who knows what's in store for the future.
Got to concentrate on her career.
Got to concentrate on my
That's
career.
right.
I only got one.
There you go. What's coming up next for Margot B? What can her fans look out for next? I actually heard you're going to be doing a movie or filming a movie with Lala Anthony. Is that correct?
We just wrapped.
Okay.
And I'm going to be seeing her tonight, hopefully at the Knicks.
I love Lala. She's been in the hot zone with us.
Yeah, she's great. she's one of, like, she's the greatest gals.
Yeah.
So we just filmed in Detroit. I was there for a month.
Okay.
And the director, Qasim Bazir, he did Muslim with Danny Glover and a couple other people. Amazing director.
What's the name of the movie?
It's called Destined.
Destined, okay.
And the producer, Tommy Oliver, he just wrapped a movie with Hill Harper, and Hill is actually in this movie, and he's a dear friend of mine as well.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing cast, amazing story, and kind of the butterfly effect of what could have been, what would have been with these two boys that grew up in kind of a distraught, run-down town in Detroit. One becomes an architect, and one becomes a politician in one life, and in the other life, it's not so pleasant. Okay. So I think that everybody can kind of relate with this film, because whether you're coming from a middle-class family, a lower-class family, upper-class family, I think that you will relate with at least one character, because it spans on two different parallel lives. So it was fun for me to be able to play it, because coming out of Boardwalk, I was coming out of the morning of something so amazing, and I was like, how can I go into something else that's just equally as good or quality work? And then I got this script, and I fell in love with the script, and it gave me a chance to be two different characters and kind of, you know, do this borderline parallel life of the success story, and then trying to struggle in this family and with a child and a broken down home. And it was kind of a parallel to my life of trying to figure out where I'm going next and what's happening with my music, what's happening with my acting career. And I think that we're so quick to try to figure out what's going on in our worlds, in our lives, that sometimes we don't enjoy the ride of it most of the time.
Absolutely, yeah.
So so I was really fighting with that internal battle. So it was really perfect timing with this film.
Excellent.
And Q, the director, he's just a really great human and great energy. And it was one of the best experiences. And I love Detroit. I really, I love New York City. I have love for my town, but I fell in love with Detroit.
Wow.
And it's one of it's a super underrated city and amazingly kind people there and new possibilities, and it's on the up and up. And I hope for the best. Just also to bring awareness to the city too.
Absolutely.
To see some of the beauty and a lot of the destruction. It's really awesome.
Yeah, because you hear a lot about the negativity.
Yeah,
in
all
Detroit,
you hear is negative
and
stuff.
Chicago, right?
And I tell you what, like you go there and it is nothing but positive.
Absolutely.
Because people, there's like a light there right now. That people are seeing hope again.
Yeah.
So it was really awesome.
And thanks to singer and actress Margot B for joining me in the Hot Zone this week right here at Planet Hollywood in New York City. We wish her so much future success in her career endeavors. I'm Jason Robinson reporting for THZ.
What's up, guys? This is Margot B coming at you from the Hot Zone. Peace.